Hey everybody, okay, thank you for coming to check out part B. All right, so you saw part A. Basically, she heard the representative say, fail, number one, they already passed an annual inspection. Now it's time, for some reason, they come up with another inspection. And she heard the rep say, fail as many as you can. Why do you think that is? I think two things. And this is in Houston, Texas, H-Town. You have an influx of people here, okay? Especially illegal immigrants. And I've done some videos on that issue about what they're receiving. And people say, oh, they can't get benefits. Baby, please think again. I've even seen a report where one is saying, hey, let's get these people processed so they can go ahead and do what? They can do what? Go ahead and sign up for benefits, sign up for housing. Well, they don't have any jobs, any money. So what do you expect? Housing is going to be the next move. So here at this apartment complex, as I understand, it has 150 units. Again, they passed the annual inspection. And I said before, and I said again, a lot of times we're busy, complacent, got $50 till Friday and not worrying about, guess what? Friday 2 years from now, 5 years from now might be an issue. So just so complacent. Got $50 till Friday. So they passed the initial inspection, annual inspection. Now here comes another inspection. And of course, leave it to the black woman to have to go out there and she's using her time, man, making it happen. She's dressed down. She's being Miss Investigator girl. Work it. And what does she hear the person say, the rep say? Fail as many as you can. It's already been said that this apartment complex of 150 units, they did not renew the lease. So the people have to go. You have to go. And keep in mind, you have a voucher. A lot of people don't want that voucher. So this right here could have, different aspects to it. It could be, guess what? A lot of people have that voucher. They just want them out. Okay, that's one video. It could be, especially in Texas, you have the replacement is here. You have a lot of illegal immigrants that are there. And I've seen a report, news report of ladies saying, hey, want to get them processed. She's Mexican American, get them processed. And what does she say next? Want to go ahead and get them in the system. They can go ahead and get some benefits, get housing. Well, housing is done as Section A. So could it be they want all those people, especially if they have a voucher because they did not renew the lease, they want them out because they don't want Section A anymore? It could be B. They might want the replacement there. That's a possibility. Get them set up, get them to work. Could be C. And C, they want everybody who lives are gone, even though they might be a good person, because you can have an issue where they're thinking, hey, this group here is staying here X amount of dollars. A lot of companies are moving around. They just want a clean house so they can make some more money. So if you look at it, it's like, again, it could be they want the replacements there. They just want them gone. Or guess what? They want to get them out. They can just make some more money. That's a possibility. Life is business. They don't care about your family. They don't. This right here about the inspection. After the 30-day correction period and the unit has not passed the inspection, the PHA will begin abatement of the first of the following month after the failed inspection and will notify the family of the requirement to leave. So they'll withhold some of that rent. But then it says here, any withheld payments will pay directly, will be paid retroactively to the owner. So the owner's going to get paid. So they failed the inspection, you're required to move. They want them up out of there. 150 units. And again, it's not going to be easy because guess what? It's expensive to move. And some apartments, if you have a voucher, they don't want it. They don't want it. It could be they want them just out of there and get some people in that are not on the voucher and can get more money. Or it could be three. It could be your replacement needs those places. See, we get complacent. Your replacement might need those places to get them settled and go ahead and get them to work on these jobs. A lot of white collar jobs are disappearing and they're still disappearing. Okay? A lot of them are not going to come down to do a regular job until they're forced to, until it's too late. Till the money runs out, the money gets funny. So if you can get a lot of illegal immigrants in, and we discussed this on Patreon, this is nothing new. Did a video on Patreon. Oh, there's people call themselves, we're gonna get a union back in the 30s. Next thing you know, hey, they got some people hidden in a train. What did they do? The business owner, business people are always thinking ahead. Okay, the regular Joe might be okay. Got $50 till Friday to my next payday, and I'm good. But a business person is always thinking ahead, the future, because guess what? That business has to survive. It's on their shoulder. That's their baby. They're thinking past next week. So in that case, to the video on Patreon, what happened? Man, the workers saying we're gonna strike and blah 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 blah. The man done already shipped in some people from Africa. What's with this? What's with this card on the train? Thinking it's cargo? No, it's people. Open it up, break the lock, had them locked in there like cattle. A whole bunch of African men here to take the space. He smuggled some immigrants in. Because he heard about them. He had a little plant, plant somebody in there. They're about to unionize and go on strike. It's a busy season in this business. He smuggled in some men from Africa. Go ahead and replace them. Guess what? Cheap labor. So you can go ahead and go on strike. It means nothing because he got a backup already planned. And had them honestly locked up in a train car. It was locked from the outside. No bathroom, nothing. And in the dark. Can you imagine how scary that is? You're in the train, it's moving. And it was just like a box car. It was just a train like for cargo. Nothing. Protecting his interest. So yeah, it could be they want to get rid of them. They just don't want Section 8, problematic. And it could be they may want to make room for the replacement. They can stay there. It's highly probable. Some of our people don't think past Friday until something happens. So this here, they want them gone. You're saying an entire apartment complex, 150 units, you're saying that they did not renew the lease? And now this, fill as many as you can, they want them out. They want them out. And then it makes me wonder, there are videos saying, hey, people, if you're on Section 8, they can even buy a house. That's the part I don't understand. First of all, of course, given the percentage of people in the country, then white people, you're going to have more white people on Section 8 than anybody. They want to put us as the face of it. Becky's on it too, baby. Oh, trust and believe. Run the numbers. She on it too. Well, look at the numbers, the population. So it makes me wonder, if people are on this for all this time, why didn't they get the house? No, I'm just complacent with my little apartment until something like this happens. Man, if I had known that if I would have qualified for a Section 8 program, I would get on it. Man, if I qualified today, which I don't qualify for it, but if I did qualify for it today, that would be my thing. Hashtag home. And I don't mean this apartment. Didn't take advantage of it. Why not? Complacent. There are Americans that are homeless in their car, and we got people that's here illegal, still up in a hotel. And in some places, it's gotten out of hand. They're even saying, which I cannot believe, they got them staying child in the police station. You got to be playing with me. I never in my life. Life is changing big time. Oh, big time. For a lot of people. But this here could be a number of things. Could be they just want them on. It could be there's a lot of activity there that they don't want. When I grew up and someone moved to the neighborhood and the person wasn't friendly, then they called you an undesirable. little code. Little white people have a code. Because one told me that they said, "Oh, we've got an undesirable to move in. That family in the hall down the street there." And I thought that's a black family that moved in here, so that's going to be the third black family given in our area right here. So I'm like, I wonder they said the same thing about us. But when they said undesirable about that black family, I'm not gonna even lie to you. I'm not gonna. The woman didn't lie. She said, "We've got some undesirables on her little jog." It was an older white lady, and I was a teen. She said, "We've got to be careful. We've got some undesirables." And oh my gosh, they had moved into the neighborhood. Dear Lord, I had to actually school one of them to let them know, "Hi, how are you?" Yeah, this right here. I know you're on the corner, and it was two black women with a whole bunch of kids. I mean, they might have had like, well, maybe 5 or 6 kids. Okay. So I had to tell them in a nice way, I know you live here on the corner, but this is the alley and we all share it. So it's not your personal driveway. This is the alley. We all share it. So you think you might can move your car? I'm sorry. They must have been, they were hood and they didn't last long. Hallelujah. They did not last long. It was like, and that happened more than once. And then the first time, I'm like, wow, this kind of going around. I said, I'm getting tired of going around and people are talking about it. And whenever they had like neighborhood meetings at a house, they didn't invite them, which I understand. But yeah, so one day I was just real nice about it. I said, no, somebody needs to tell them. And as another black person, I'm going to tell them. And I was nice about it. Just say, so if you don't mind, this is the alleyway. We all share it. Even though you're on the corner, this alleyway is not your personal parking. So it goes all the way down. So we all share the alley. After telling the fool that, do you know they still did it? Yeah, still did it. So it has got to the point, the person that owned the property, people started calling and they couldn't rent to them anymore. Luckily, they were gone. They were gone. So it could be things like that. Some people, it's like, and you can tell it's a different cut. You know what I mean? Because everybody around us was middle class. Everybody around us was middle class, ideal neighborhood, walk down the street, no problems, things like that. Um, if I remember somebody was at my window and my parents were gone. I was like 15 years old. And the neighbor called me. It's like, is everything locked? It was I'll never forget the Brown family. And the neighbor called. She's like, yeah, my husband, he was doing his jog and he saw a miniature window. And they called me and I'm like, what's going on? They're like, I'm like, yeah, the doors are locked. They said we saw him at the window and the police are on their way. Man, that scared me because next thing I know, it was like, and we're on the corner too, on the corner block. And it was like, I think I counted, was it 3 police cars? I was like kind of scared. And they were like, stay on the phone with my wife, okay? Just stay there. And my husband's going to come. Just stay on the phone. And I think when man came, and why I had to be a black man, Lord have mercy. Why? Why, Cletus? Why trying to break in our house? But I was home by myself and they saw him looking through the window and that was my room. So yeah, man, the police came and I was just kind of like, they're like, just stay calm. We're gonna talk, stay on the phone till the police come. So and her husband came back down and I think they kind of scared the dude, but the police were like so lickety split fast and we're on the corner and you could see like at least 3 police cars and he was gone. And I made sure I stayed on the phone with the neighbor, that kind of thing. But that right there, they may just want them out because for that reason, but it could be they got to make room, honey. Just go ahead and get them out there. Knowing people don't want that voucher, they can go ahead and make amends for the new group for your replacement. Because if you think that they're not going to help them out, think again. Your president told you who they're going to invest in. And last, I want to mention this right here. I remember watching this movie and you probably seen before, they have places where families, if you're homeless, you can go park your car and stay. It could be a certain area and everybody's homeless, living in their car. And so there was a white family that was homeless. And it reminds me of what my friend told me. A friend of mine used to work for housing authority, and he was like, man, they have a waiting list, it could be years long. He told me personally when he worked there, which he ended up quitting and finding another corporate job, he said he's seen like a white person come in there, a white female, and she get herself on the housing list to get help. He says, man, something come up, they'll speed them up. He's like, they will speed them up. Somebody could be on there for 2 years or 3 years. He said, something come up, they'll find her name. Boop, Becky got her place. And it reminds me of what I saw on TV, how this lady, it was a black family, they'd already been homeless, living in their car. A white family then lost their house. They found out, okay, they were living in their car too. And so you could stay in this safe area. So the black lady welcomed them and she gave them all the information. Oh, she gave me everything. Yeah, we've been here, for 6 months, blah, 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 blah. And we signed here. Let me help you out. We signed on with this place, blah, 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 blah. And you can go there and get your name on the list. Yeah, we look to be out of here any day now. We look to be up out of here any day now. You can go ahead and get your name on the list. And they'll find you a place for you when it comes up. So yeah, we're pretty much near the top. Becky went down there to the place, signed up her name for she and her family. Look up one morning, Becky and them camped out, loading up the stuff, their things. And she went over, she's like, hey, is everything okay? You guys leaving? She goes, oh yeah, thanks for that place you told me about. I went and signed up and they found a place for us. And the black woman just stunned. Maybe should have kept your mouth shut. The black woman was just stunned. You just gave her, you know how things work. So you just gave her the information. So more than likely, it's highly probable that maybe that was going to be your spot. But Beckalina came along and now it's hers. So if you think it's not possible that they want them out this apartment complex, and then you may look up, it's some illegal immigrants, don't be surprised. You got Americans sitting up here homeless, and you've had illegal immigrants sitting up in a hotel, chilling, being catered to. Don't forget, you've seen the videos on my channel, sitting up there with TVs, got certain kind of foods for them, trying to accommodate them. Don't even forget, they even gave them Xbox in New York City. Xbox. I don't have an Xbox. Even gave them Xbox, free internet, a home. What is this? Catered food. So yeah, it's highly possible they just want them gone because it's Section 8 and it's highly problematic. The individual was there. They could want them gone, they want to get more money. Or they could want them gone because the replacement is here and they need a place. Things like that happen. So yeah, while some people getting complacent, you busy playing, somebody busy planning. And a lot of places don't want that voucher. And I don't know if those Section 8 programs will help people move, because moving can be very expensive. You got to watch your back, and I would tell anybody, if you're moving, if I were you, they will sometimes try to hold your stuff hostage. Try to move it yourself or people you know, because it's not uncommon for people to go ahead and have you to sign a contract. Whatever you sign, take a picture of it, because they sometimes will stack a contract up. Next thing you know, your stuff is in storage, being held hostage, and they want you to pay more than what you owe. So life is getting harder. It is getting a lot more challenging. 150 people, they didn't renew the lease. They want them gone. Why? Doesn't matter. If they can make it happen, make it work, where are they going to go? And especially if you have a voucher and nobody wants that voucher. That's how fragile life is. So let me know what you all think. But they're lucky to have this lady here. She's the activist. They're lucky to have her doing her investigative work. Heard them say, fail as many as possible. They really want those people gone. So those are the three scenarios that I came up with. Let me know what you all think. It could be a combination of all three. But 150 people? You didn't renew the lease? They want them gone. Anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Simply Said on YouTube, and I'm out.